overall, what did you think of the story and the realism for what they're trying to accomplish for the story, for the times and everything like that?
I thought this. I like the story. Like I said, I think a different like showrunner or director or just someone else needed to do it. The story was not bad, right? I
Hmm.
just think that to bring in some of these heavyweight, the cast. Some of them were
There's
heavyweights.
good actors.
Yeah. I mean, you
The,
don't front on Ben Daniels. He is like
yeah,
phenomenal, right? Um,
Leslie's a good actress too. She's in
Leslie
Iron Man.
Bibb,
She's been in a bunch of stores.
exactly.
Yeah,
Josh Dumel, he does what he does, right?
he did Transformers. He's all right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
I've seen him in decent movies. He's not terrible. He's a good
yeah,
actor.
I like the story. I mean, I really do. I just think
Yeah,
that I'm not quite sure if it was corny just because they wanted to like be in the period.
campy.
Yeah, let
Kind
it
of.
campy. Exactly.
It was very campy. The way the one liners from the villains and it was very campy.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
I wish because the guy who did the show, he did Buffy. He did some other stuff with Joss Whedon.
Mm,
So he did Angel. He's done Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He did some other shows with Joss. So like he's got that campy Joss
yeah,
speak and that kind of stuff. It's there.
because Buffy is
So
real campy.
yeah, like that vibe was there. I think that he was probably the wrong showrunner, but
Yeah.
like he was involved with Daredevil. Daredevil's phenomenal. That's an amazing show. But Daredevil's more grounded,
Yeah.
so it's more of an actor-driven thing rather than just people flying in the air and doing magical type things.
Right.
Even though there is that kind of stuff in the universe, Daredevil's fairly grounded. This is a universe with people with laser eye beams and they're flying through the air, they're punching buildings. Like you're, I think that they probably needed somebody with a more action and somebody with a more uh sci-fi, that kind of like okay, somebody like somebody like a Zack Snyder or I'm trying to think who else could do it. Who does that kind of fantastical worlds with the with flying and punching and superhero stuff.
There are a lot of
Um,
people who could have done this, because again, like I think you like the story. You like the story as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I like the story. I don't think that. I think the guy's Steven DeKnight or something like that. I can't remember his name.
Oh, the guy who just did Army of the Dead. He did
No,
that,
like
right?
no, he didn't. That's Zach is Army of Dead. But like the guy who did this show, he did the Buffy stuff and he did all the other
Hmm.
stuff. Like those are this can't be. I don't know if he was the right guy for. Off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank about somebody else who could do
Hmm.
fantastical fight stuff like that.
The Knight does
Maybe
that though. He does stuff like that. The Knight.
I
But
just I don't know if he was the right guy for this one. Like
right,
maybe
yeah,
the dudes who did the Avengers, the
them
brothers. I forgot their
right.
name.
Lucas Brothers.
No,
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 no, no, no,
no.
no, not Lucas Brothers. But here's the point, though, right? The story was cool. I mean, it was really compelling, because there was some intrigue to it, which made me want to continue going to the next episodes,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of a it's mystery. They're spinning the old and the new together
Right, uh huh.
and kind of giving you a take about what's happening from
Right.
where their perspective when they before they got powers and after they got powers. So I mean, overall the story was interesting. I just I didn't vibe with how they presented it. I think it
Right.
could have been done better. I think
You know,
that's the sticking point for me. But like the issue was that once the first show I watched, I was like, "This is terrible. This
mhm,
is hot garbage."
yeah.
And then I started talking to some of my friends who like some of this stuff too,
Mhm.
and they were like, "I'm not going to bother watching another show." And I was bored, and I flipped on Netflix, and I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I'll see
Mhm.
the next one." And the next show was interesting and the story kind of grabbed me. And then I watched like two more shows, and then I read the comic book. I
Mhm.
went and got the comic book and got it. So I was like, oh, okay, I figure out what's going on and why they're doing what they're doing. But I think that the presentation was just there's something off about it, and I can't figure out what it is. And I think the the bad guys that they had to fight were super campy. and that threw me
Like
like
Black
it.
Star,
Yeah,
who was
he's
kind of
wearing
like a
glasses
main
in the
character,
show.
right?
Yeah, he's
Black
like a
Star was,
super.
yeah.
He's a super villain, and he's got like
Mhm.
uranium in his chest or whatever it is, some kind of
That's
nuclear thing in
Tyler
his chest.
Maine. You know that guy is 6'9".
Yeah, he's a big dude, but
He's a
like
big dude.
he's in his jail cell and he's got glasses on and he's reading poetry. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like,
Okay,
this
so the glasses were readers. They weren't even like prescriptions. They were readers.
yeah, he's got
So he had them
so
down
like
on his nose.
the visuals of it is like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from the superhero side of it, they're doing it, fairly straight on. Like they're trying to do uh a proper telling of this superhero story. The
Right.
actors are trying to give it their all with the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the villains, they're all campy. Like the very first villain on the show, the first episode was this girl, and she had the cheesiest one-liners that she was doing.
Right.
And I almost threw my remote across the TV. I couldn't
Like
believe how
really.
bad that was.